Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still just about holding above the micro support level at 61,860. So in this video, I want to discuss this structure, and we want to talk about the short-term bearish and short-term bullish scenarios for Bitcoin. Today, we've seen a little bit of volatility. I also, by the way, I only want to share with you the smaller time frames, and we covered the daily chart in the first video today, and I might do that tomorrow again, but you can find it in one of the previous videos. So the idea is still that we get one more low. I mean, that's the main thesis, right? The idea that a B wave topped here on the 7th of June, and it's important to understand that one more low is still preferred in the area between basically 58,300 to 55,400. This is still what I'd like to see. Okay, no need for me to see that. Okay, I'd be happy with it, with it to go up, but there's nothing impulsive about this structure. Nothing impulsive. So another move down is preferred, even though further upside extensions in corrective rallies are possible. They would likely not lead to a substantial breakout that is sustainable. At least based on the data I have right now, I cannot clearly favor this. Anything is possible, but not anything is probable. And we're going always with probabilities here on this channel. So what is the short-term bearish scenario? Let's start with that. And let's start actually with this overview here. So short-term bearish is we get one more low. That's the main thesis anyway, but we could go a little higher first. But in the short-term bearish count, we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2. The third wave bottomed on the 24th of June. The fourth wave unfolded as a WXY structure, and we actually topped here. We actually topped here on the 1st of July yesterday, and the wave 4 topped. Okay, wave 3 bottomed 24th of June, and the fourth wave already topped yesterday. And then we would now see a decline, probably in an A, B, C structure in wave 5 to the downside. This would be the perspective I would take if we get a sustained break below 61,860. But you see how relevant this level actually is. We haven't broken below it. And even though the price briefly, I think, broke below it today, there is no sustained break, and we cannot call that a break of support. So it is still possible that we see here another upside extension, but the short-term bearish scenario basically suggests we could go down more directly, okay? So just quick explanation again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how would a short-term bullish scenario look like? Well, there are two for me. There are two. In the first one, and I zoom in a little bit. In the first one, if we hold support, which we are doing at the moment, right? It is still possible to see one more high in wave 5 of C or 4. Again, we haven't broken support. We are still in the support region, but we are very close to breaking. So, but support is only broken if it's broken. So it's not broken yet, so we can still hold it, and then we could see one more high, possibly targeting 64 or even 65.4K. It is also possible, and that is sort of a scenario that I only talked about before, but I think it's time to bring it onto the chart, because if we take out micro support at 61,860, we have invalidated one scenario basically. It's not formal invalidation, but below the golden ratio level, below the 61.8 retracement, I'm not going to watch for one more high in wave 4, but it is still possible then that we're doing something like this. This here is an ABC structure, yes, or a WXY, but it's only the A wave. This here would then be some kind of a B wave correction. We could go even a little bit lower, but if we fail to break below the recent lows and then start a C wave rally, then we could form a larger B wave. This is again not bullish. This is not a breakout setup, but it would be a larger B wave before we come down. This is something, however, that we would only really take more seriously if, first of all, we break below the orange micro support region and then start to see strength from, let's say, the area around the previous B wave low, around 60,000. Okay. Nothing I would primarily focus on now. I just want to mention it as possibility. Bitcoin loves to morph into larger corrective structures. I'm just mentioning it because this here doesn't look finished yet. It just doesn't. One more high would be great, okay, in this wave 4. But if it's sort of coming down early and it just does look unfinished, so it might then morph into a larger B wave. Too early, we'll probably get clarity about that tomorrow. First of all, the market would provide some clarity if we break below micro support, because then we know that some kind of a top has formed, and then we can start to track the move to the downside. But bear in mind, this is all here. This is not impulsive to the downside. We're dealing with messy corrective sideways action, corrective structures, and the main stable element on this chart, the main support area, is this larger support region, which has been on the chart for the last few months, and it's provided nice support between 50.7k and 61.8k. But that's the support region from our daily chart, and I cover that basically every day in one video. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.